The ranking member of the full committee, Mr. Larsen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, for indulging the order here. I think we're both headed to the floor to manage some debate, so I appreciate that. Thanks for calling today's hearing today on dealing with drones and with AAM. Nearly 10 years ago, this committee first explored the safe integration of new airspace entrants, including uncrewed aircraft systems, or UAS, or drones, and advanced air mobility aircraft, or AAM, into the national airspace system. What was considered aviation technology of the distant future is happening now, and these innovative technologies are rapidly emerging in U.S. skies. According to the FAA, there are more than 872,000 registered UAS in the United States, of which nearly 339,000 are registered for commercial operations. In my own state of Washington State, UAS will soon be used to deliver critical medical supplies in the Tacoma area through a partnership between Zipline and Multicare Health System, helping to reduce barriers to care for patients. Further, according to the industry projections, more than 200 companies worldwide are developing eVTOL, electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, with the potential applications ranging from cargo transport to alternative passenger mobility options. While the potential benefits of these advanced aviation technologies are promising, the upcoming FAA Reauthorization bill must continue to prioritize aviation safety while also ensuring U.S. innovation leads globally. The FAA's mission is to ensure the safest aerospace system in the world, a task that is growing more complex due to new airspace entrants. In 2012, Congress required the FAA to develop a comprehensive plan to accelerate the safe integration of civil UAS into the NAS, so the National Airspace System. Since then, the FAA has issued final rules to expand potential commercial activities, including the permitting the operation of small UAS, commonly referred to as Part 107, remote identification, or remote ID, and the operation of small UAS over people. More recently, the FAA announced a self-imposed deadline of December 2024 to issue a rule on AAM certification standards and operating requirements. Unfortunately, however, the FAA's path to safely integrating new entrants was challenging, with organizational inefficiencies, prolonged delays, and unpredictable waiver and approval processes. So although the FAA must reassess and recommit itself to addressing these issues, in no way should the agency or Congress jeopardize the safety of the traveling public to do so. This means working with the FAA and key aviation stakeholders to implement an appropriate federal regulatory framework to allow these industries to scale, so the U.S. can remain the leader in aviation safety and innovation. With each passing year as well, climate change continues to be a growing threat to millions of Americans. And electronic and hydrogen propulsion systems employed by many UAS and AAM aircraft rely on low and zero emission technologies, which have the potential to significantly reduce the harmful impacts of greenhouse gases and of noise. A recent NASA study found that Joby's eVTOL aircraft measured noise levels during takeoff and landing below 65 dBA, which is comparable to normal conversation at a distance of 330 feet from the flight path. Certainly be interested to hear what others in the industry can say about their platforms as well. And so Congress must robustly invest in the research to leverage the environmental benefits of these technologies, especially for communities disproportionately affected by carbon and noise emissions of traditional aircraft. The development and deployment of new entrants also presents opportunities for job creation in the U.S. According to industry projections, the AAM sector is expected to generate an estimated 280,000 jobs by 2035. Additionally, drones can be used to support critical work that would otherwise be unsafe or difficult for people and crewed aircraft to perform on their own. For instance, the Arizona Department of Transportation uses small UAS to examine hard-to-reach areas in canyons and across large waterways to help supplement their inspections, which is why my colleague, Representative Greg Stanton of Arizona, led the bipartisan House passage of the Drone Infrastructure Inspection Grant Act last Congress to fund state, local, and tribal governments' use of UAS in certain circumstances. To further harness this technology for the American people, we must better equip the next generation of the U.S. aviation workforce with the skills necessary to compete globally and to use these technologies. Although getting through type certification is the main goal for many UAS and AAM industries, it cannot be the only objective. Congress, the FAA, and industry must have early and meaningful engagement with local communities to ensure their priorities and any potential concerns are adequately addressed, which is why Congress enacted my bill along with Chair Graves, the Advanced Aviation Infrastructure Modernization Act to help state and local communities begin to plan for future AAM operations and the infrastructure needed to support it. But there clearly is more work to do. With safety as a guiding principle, the 2023 FAA Reauthorization is an opportunity to support U.S. innovation, foster sustainability, and improve U.S. global leadership. So I want to thank today's witnesses on both panels for coming today as far away as Alaska. I appreciate that. And I look forward to examining how Congress, the FAA, local communities, and the aviation industry can support the safe and efficient integration of these new airspace entrants. With that, I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Larsen. Now recognize